Hello and hearty welcome to another edition of AFRO on courtesy of iAfrica SL on our YouTube and Facebook channel. And today I have an amazing guest, a friend and a brother whom we have been together for over 10 years, an executive producer for Massey Movies, is now working for Westminster Sierra Leone, and so many things I've attended to his CV. So we shall be talking to Director WURIE, our special guest for today. And don't go nowhere, I'll be right back shortly. For the meantime, let's join our sponsors for some commercial break. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, and many thanks to our sponsors. You too can be part of it. Just message us on our social media handles or email us at iafricasl@gmail.com. WURIE, it's a pleasure having you on AFRO Zone.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Our first visual interview.
Yes.
In the past 14 years ago, it was all on radio.
Only on radio.
That was Choice FM by then. Yeah. How's it been so far?
Well, so far so good. It's been rough, tough, bumpy. I mean, cries, laughter, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Okay.
And where I am now, I think I can say I'm proud that for 15 years, coming back as a young boy, starting what I do, it's amazing for me. It's a very big achievement for me that now I'm here. I'm proud to say I'm an established filmmaker, producer, and now mentoring other people, to take the same footsteps.
And besides, all communications experts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. with an amazing CV from private college, both diploma, and that of your BSc program. How was it like back then from Albert Academy?
Okay, before in Albert Academy, people know me as a rapper. I used to rap on Rap Wednesday and Dance Thursday when we were in school. But my passion for film, grew when I started to the US. Went to the provinces to work for. That was my first employment, by the way. I was a volunteer for Student Partnership Worldwide. Okay. Now restless development. Yeah. So when I went to the provinces, I saw some amazing scenery. The culture. My first time to the provinces. So what I saw, captivated me to started writing stories about culture, about epic situation, tradition. That's why you've seen most of my
I know. We'll talk about that. And you creating languages that's first time hard.
Oh yeah.
in a global scenario. Let's look at the idea behind Massey movie.
Okay, so after, like I was saying, after I was doing volunteerism, I had the opportunity to go and study filming in Liberia under Paramount Film School. I was in Liberia for 4 weeks. I came back, and when I came back, I had to establish. Well, first, I wanted to join other established productions or companies like Premier Media. There was Jamcast at the time. Yeah. There was, I think, Visuala. Yeah. But my mindset, after you've gone through a system, a professional course, and you came back, you saw people are doing things from like back in the days, like the theater. They are running their production in the theater ways, and you try to. I wanted to bring them to the professional standard of making films, so there were discrepancies between me and some of the producers. I was young, and they were seeing me like a cheeky boy, and so I was okay. Let me establish mine. And that came from when I went to Fasidon interview in 2008. Okay. I saw a lot of people from my community, Fobe, Mount Toriel, Kosoton. So a lot of people there who wanted to be actors, actresses. So I was like, oh, if I have this kind of people, I can set up my own production. So I came back and said, okay, let me establish massive movie here. I mean, at 4
He just tapped into that opportunities back then from first.
Exactly.
And bless the memory of late Sharif King.
Exactly.
Look at something very significant here. Gina was a whole different vibe in the film sector in Sierra Leone. You created the language, those locations were amazing, and even the setup. And even your casting, was predominated by people from the eastern part of Freetown. And most times people tell you the West have benefited a lot in terms of film, but you changed that narrative.
Yes. So Gina was the breakthrough for people in the East, including myself. There were a lot of amateurs at the time, young boys and girls who wanted to be part of the film industry, but did not have the opportunity. So when I created Massive Movie, I contacted a lot of people. Some came, some don't, some joined later. But we did the first movie after school, and then made some impact. But Gina was a whole different ballgame. And I tell you, we never predicted that Gina would be that kind of film. Okay. It was just like ideas coming from nowhere and said, let's have this in Gina. I created the story, but some of the elements we saw in Gina were created by these young people. For example, Deco, the makeup artist, decided, okay, let's use the costume that will attract the audience. I mean, the Kubombo thing sure. We saw. Then, I think it was the director at the time, Joseph Wema, said, okay, Angelina Jolie have shaved her hair in the movie. Mercy Johnson have shaved her hair in the movie. Can we have that in Gina? So we can have, well, for every of our movies, we have what we call USP, unique selling proposition. Yeah. So what are we going to use to sell the movie? Is it the story? Is it the Kubombo? Is it the shaved hair? It's okay, let's use the shaved hair. So we have to create all of that to attract audience. But the amazing thing was the language. Yeah. So I had to say, okay, we have all these three, but what else can we add? So let me go back.
That's added value service
in
business. Okay.
So I had to write 100 strange words that had no meaning, and then gave them meaning. Created the language. Until today, most members in Massive Movie can speak that language comfortably.
You did that for other films, right?
Yeah, yes, I did that. I did that for other films. I did that for Deadly Twins, what we did in Liberia. Yeah. Yes, and because of the language, the movie was awarded for Best Film and Best Picture in 2017, the Liberia Movie Award.
How many films do you have in total?
I have about
courtesy of Massive Movie.
Courtesy of Massive Movie, we had about 7. Okay. And the rest from others are like 11 to 12 movies. Some are still in the studio coming out. Well, Massive Movie has 1 coming out, another unique one. I also have one for Diamond Pictures, Gifts of Darkness. Yeah. I mean, also in the studio.
So which one you can rate as the IS7, or which one have brought you the IS income? Is it still Gina?
Well, Gina is the most successful movie. Both Gina and the Return of Gina. I mean, both combined gave us, a well thought about 300 million. Both combined. Okay. And that's only royalty to us. I'm not talking about the general, because here we don't have box office. Yeah. So, but royalty that was given to us, we made well over 300 million for both combined. But just imagine what the marketer made as a profit. We cannot calculate that. Okay. What the sellers out there, the retailers made, we cannot calculate that. But what came to us as royalties over 300 million.
Are your films online? Considering the fact that we are in this digital age, are your films online?
Yes, they are. Okay. They are. And we just had a contract with CRT to have our old movies and new movies online so that they can monetize. But we have a couple of them out. We also have Temple of Ghosts. We signed a contract with KTV online, so it's there. It's generating views bit by bit, and hopefully by the ending of this year, because we had 2-year contract. By the end of the year, we are expecting royalty from KTV. So hopefully.
So, quick one: the deepest secret of maintaining the people you have worked with over the years.
It was very difficult, but it's because despite I was too young at the time, I think I was like 20 to 21 years, and having people that are older than you, what you have to do is just to give them the respect they deserve. Yeah. I've never seen myself as the master of of everything. Despite when I came, these people had no knowledge about what they are into or what they are about to do. So I trained them, provided the platform, but I've never seen myself like that. I've always seen myself like a younger son, a younger brother, or elder brother, just like that. So I treat my team as a family. So that has kept until to date. Despite some of them have grown to a level that even myself have not reached, but they still have the respect for me, and they still come around and say, what can we do next? They still see me as their manager. Some contracts have worn out, but they still come back and say, can we have this done for this year? I have this plan, I have this plan. Some of them are into different things, businesses, like you saw now, Daniel Lawrence is entering into the Housemate Salon show. And he came back and said, this is what I plan to do. So
I just use your blessing as my executive producer to move on. Look at something very significant here, Wiba. You're an active worker, on the other hand. I know we won't mention too much about that. But how do you work on the time? How do you balance the time?
So it's, I love what I do.
Okay.
So I love my work as well, because that's what pays bills, by the way. The significance of what pays bills comes from the work I do in the development sector. So that's where I started. From the development sector, I went to study filming and came back. So I was able to get the two of them and study as well. So three things at the same time. Because before I went to college, I first went to study film. Then I was working for Restless. I was at FBC studying mass comm, and I was producing movie. Because I love what I do. I just love what I do. Filming is part of me. The NGO is part of me. So I get to work, come back at night. Till today, I don't sleep till work.
In terms of scenery and traveling, it's almost the same thing. In the NGO world, you travel a lot, you see a lot of scenery, see the beauty of the country.
Exactly.
And in filming, when looking for those locations, you have to do the same. So it's more easier on your part.
Exactly. Well, it is, but I'll tell you, it's the biggest challenge to balance your work. I've resigned a particular job because the task that was assigned to me affects a great amount of my work in the filming sector. So I had to resign and say, okay, no, I cannot work this. I cannot be able to balance both sectors. So I resigned, came back, but after 3 months, I got another job that can balance both sectors.
And now you're about to be active. We're taking a break shortly. You're about to go actively again. Both Massive movie and this big job for Westminster.
Yes. I'm in a position now where I'm on top of situation.
Okay.
I've got over, since 2007, I've been working. So that experience, I can sit anywhere I work. And with Westminster, they are giving me the opportunity to work from home or to work from wherever I am. Because everything is digital. Okay, it's not necessarily go to the office or go to the, like I work from wherever I am. And now, Massive Movies have grown. We have experts now in the field. Deco is an expert in costuming and makeup.
He's just back from the UK.
Director. Yes, he's just back from the UK. I'm sure you know that he won the award for best costuming in the Zappa Award. Kaba is a well-established artistic director now. We have camera operators, DOP. You know, the boy we took from nowhere, Ibrahim, artist, is now working. Is in fact the official videographer for the President of Serbia.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. So, Ketch Cole, Ibrahim Ketch Cole also is now an established editor.
So what about Zainab?
Well, Zainab is an established producer now. So, all of these people, we can just sit somewhere and say, can we do this? And every expertise can just come
and make things happen.
So,
I'll bring you back and look at what's coming up next and how do you intend to give back to the nation also. Is that Wiba, a brother and a friend for over 10 years now, and I've been a strong supporter of Massive Movies since its inception. Go for a quick commercial break and I'll be right back shortly. So welcome back. You're still watching Afro Zone live here on iAfrica SL on our YouTube and Facebook channel. And still with me here, WURIE has been most times outdoor, and today we're in here. Okay. we're using the space.
I think I love the couch thing.
Okay.
Yes,
so what next for you, professionally and that of you as executive producer?
Okay, so for now I have a contract with Westminster Foundation. So hopefully I intend to spend longer period there before thinking of any other thing. For my professional career as a filmmaker, for now I'm trying to tutoring other people, coaching and providing mentorship so that people can. We have more of us out there because it's been difficult to have people who will do what we do. I mean, not exactly, but there are a few names out there who are trying, but we still want more of us, more filmmakers. I mean, I've spoken to Janet the other day and Kemela, and I said to them, what we did 5 years ago, we have not seen that. Where every month there is a blockbuster movie coming out. Every month. If I do not produce a blockbuster, Kemela will, or Janet will, or Omojo will, or Pyramid will. But we have not seen that.
Okay.
So
that have also affected or eaten the fabrics of the small space.
Exactly.
The scale of movies was happening in the past.
So now we have a huge opportunity. We have a huge opportunity where we have a DSTV channel now who is now paying us for our content. Yeah. There is YouTube monetized channel who want to pay us, but the content are not there. Okay. So they are still asking some of us to produce content, but a whole industry should not be about a small set of people. It should be about everyone else who is in it. So what next for me is to have that kind of platform where everybody that is involved can produce content every now and then. Cool. So I want to see an industry where every now and then there are blockbusters. So that's why I've set myself to provide mentorship and coaching for who are interested, and I have a couple of people with me now who are coming every day. So
and the bigger names will join you as you go along.
Well, I have bigger names. I don't want to mention names because with respect for people who are doing what they do. You know, Sierra Leone, when you mention that you are tutoring this kind of person, it sends another signal. So,
okay.
Yes, but I have a couple of big names who are coming.
And they will tell you the feeling is Sabi pass all man.
Yes,
they will tell you as Sabi.
Exactly.
Alright, let's look at something very significant here again, Weber. The recommendation is to move this film sector to a different height. If you ask me for the youth sector, for music, other thing, I will tell you, but for film, what are those recommendations you look forward to that if they are in place as a nation, we will thrive?
So, a few things. One is for government to understand that the industry can be a vibrant alternative to income generation. I mean, Sierra Leone is struggling in terms of economic development, and they have not properly studied the film industry or the entertainment sector on what resources can be provided to the sector in order to gain something from the sector. I've produced up to 7 films, and I can tell you I've never paid tax to any government. The reason being because there is no pathway that we can do. I mean, how can I pay NRA when there is no pathway? The government have not even looked into that. I've premiered movies at venues that take up to 1,500 or 1,000, and I've never returned any royalty to government, being that there is no pathway.
So it's a win-win approach. If there's a proper system in place, and everybody can know exactly what you take and what is give out.
Exactly, and that can help the government in terms of the GDP. Okay. And I'll not talk about youth employment or employment for the film sector because a production of like Massive Movie, for example, used to have well over 300 people, young people who are doing different things and making money. And now we have these people who have expanded. Some now have photo studio. Some have now, editing studio. So all of these things are.
Can we just coin all these ideas to a single document? Maybe you can push more for the film policy. You think you can rectify most of those areas?
Well, I want to deviate because that fight has been long for me. I mean, I've exhausted all my options. So I'll leave it in the hands of those who are in the executive of the Film Council and the Film Guild. So I think they are making progress now. We've seen recently where the Office of the Entertainment Ambassador collaborates with the Film Council to do a film festival. And we've heard about the Minister of Information have said that they will work with the council and the guild to enact our film policy. And that film policy, I will tell you, if they enact it and have it into a bill, every problem of the industry will solve. That sector, because industry is not only about policy, but we need a platform like this.
Okay.
I mean,
to advocate and
to advocate exactly.
And we also have to look on the funding aspect
exactly,
and even the platforms
exactly.
like this and so on.
Exactly.
The closing message as you leaving us with.
So I just want to say, everyone out there who is working, for the development of the industry, let's leave the fight. The fighting is too much. We argue about who to lead, who not to lead. That should not be the focus. The focus is how we should have a vibrant industry that can contribute to the economic development of Sierra Leone and to develop our personal self. We need to make money now. We need to make money. We need to.
It has been too much of the fame in the past.
Exactly. Yeah, and now we need money. We need money.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you, Wilbur. Looking forward for more opportunities like this. That's exactly how we share knowledge at the same time. Inform our people because information is power.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you to Africa for having me. I mean, I've never granted any television interview. I've been shying away from it, but I think it's high time now. I use my voice. I mean,
it's about time you step forward.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of you behind the camera. Now you're front of the camera.
Yes, I am.
And we hope to have you.
I hope I look good.
You looking amazing and nice suit as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. He's Wilbur, a film producer, writer, the graduate from private college, both a diploma, and that's from the BSc. At the same time, he's now working for Westminster, Sierra Leone, and that's a very big platform for him. And has been doing an amazing job in terms of film production as an amazing filmmaker. And I've worked with him for a very long time. And in addition to that, we did something together in the past, but that's to do with the campaign. Most of the things you're hearing now about policy and all, these guys are behind it. These are the big initiative behind everything. So that's all for now. And now join Igbo and Kanu for our Innovation and Entrepreneurship Corner. And many thanks to the rest of the team. And keep watching Afros on Africa SL.
Another edition of Afro Zone, the Street Flow. I am your presenter, Peter Moritali, but the streets recognize me as 101 Skololo. Today, I'm at the consultant community, who I manager Uribakomo, and this community don't produce a lot of people, the people of different caliber and personality, bankers, lawyers, you name it. So today, we're at this community for talk to one or two people, who may explain to you exactly who that manager Uriba be. All right, logo.
Hey, Peter.
Hello, brother man. How are you?
I'm cool.
Welcome to Afro Zone, the Street Flow. Film superstar, we're in our household in the industry. We don't work with a couple of producers and writers, and fortunately, they work with manager Wuriba as well. So they can tell me small thing about manager Wuriba. Hello and welcome to Afro Zone, the Street Flow.
Thank you.
I want to make you tell me exactly how this community feel for letting them produce somebody like a manager Wuriba.
Well, I feel say this community is a big community and they don't produce a lot of good people then. And I feel say this community is so much proud of Wuriba because Wuriba don't do very great things them inside the filming industry. So I feel say this Wuriba like household name now this community, and this community so much appreciate them because even in your area of the filming, you don't bring kind of development inside this community.
All right, so considering the fact that you don't work with Wuriba and previous project, I want to make you describe Wuriba now, whose kind of personality be. Just describe your personality.
Well, in a simple form, I would say Wuriba like a very simple human being, where in status or in personality, when you see him, you might misunderstand them. But when you work with them, you're going to say, this now an individual will get very great talent in them. And when you work with them, you know, you then move from one level to another.
Alright, so we don't produce a lot and lots of blockbuster movies, and we don't make name in the country, taken from the Gina, you know, the Geneva, Ashes, a lot and lots. I want to make you tell me what's another extra thing or extra creativity where we about the put an artist will make it different from other writers and producers in.
Well, like I say, we are somebody we a difference from so many writers and producers them we get inside Sierra Leone film industry. One thing about Wiba, he always did do something extraordinary. In a sense, he always want to do something new. We like Sierra Leone and even beyond Sierra Leone, not ever do it. In imagination, always they go very high. If they look at things the way it be say. When he watch so many movies the way if you say you don't watch, and so many things the way if you say you don't see, where then they in stories, he like for come with things the way people don't ever see it, where people go surprised at. Look like instance for Gina. Gina is so good, we ask them, it creates some different languages we come inside and all the rest. And even when you get for watch the Ash, despite like markets are official it, but the Ash again we get for watch, I mean they know say a blockbuster movie where Sierra Leone get for really make name of. And also he writes a recent movie for Eastern filmmakers where then just go do where it is on the way coming. I believe so when Salon see him again, they're going to say, wow, this is a great writer. And also, we even as somebody way, he not like for manage things. When he go on set or when he writes in stories, waiting the story called for, he always like for put the resources of waiting the story called for and put the right actors and actresses in the right place.
Okay. So, I know so you don't work with WURIE for a very long time. Other people them there right now where they aspire for be another WURIE. What's the advice where you go give them?
Well, one big advice I would give writers them way one be like WURIE. One, when you want to be like person, you always for fight for go close to the person. Try for go close to the person. Try for get talk with the person. Feel like you able to understand the person better. Or even if you don't get access for come close to them, I believe say in write-ups the way you don't do, in films the way you don't do, try for watch them. From there you get for learn a lot from them. And also my advice to them also we want to try for be like WURIE. You know, in filming when we make the admire WURIE so much is that WURIE need to manage things. Right? If you're not good for a certain role, it will tell you. If you're good for a certain role, even if you're cast and it gets in production, but if you cast there where if you not get the right cast for put into certain role for play or character for play, if they go out there, other productions and the other actors and actresses, then they bring them come in, fit in the role so that in production or in filming will be a blockbuster to the country. That is why always when you do any project, you just say Sierra Leone and even beyond, they admire them so much.
Okay, so just send one message to WURIE.
Well, Manager WURIE, I send this message to you. Me as somebody who will work with you over 10 years now, and I want to say I appreciate you so much for waiting you don't do inside the film industry, and I just hope and pray that you continue and put more into waiting you don't do, so that you not go always stop where you did now, but you go beyond who side you did now. And I appreciate you so much, Sierra Leone. I appreciate you so much. Sierra Leone industry love you so much, and I appreciate you. And I know say with your efforts, we go come up from this stage all day and go beyond.
Thank you very much, brother man.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
So, Warlord Sierra Leone appreciate WURIE. Another superstar appreciate WURIE. We'll meet again in another edition of AFRO on the Street Flow. I am your presenter. I am your host, Peter Mori Tarawali, 101 Skololo. I'm out. Peace.
Hello and welcome to your weekly edition of the Innovation and Entrepreneur Corner. And I am Ibrahim Kanu. On this edition, I am with one of Sierra Leone's smartest art designer. He is Adonis Christopher Fofana, and he is the CEO of Christian Arts Gallery. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're young, smart, and intelligent, and I deeply admire your display of talents. So what pushed you for art design?
Actually, back then in high school, I got the inspiration from basic friends around, and I saw a lot of design on the internet. That where my inspiration came from. So I started doing it in school. Don't know handily, like doing it with my hand, but like I was doing it with my phone. And after that, like when I took my WAS exam, I focused on it now.
Okay, so doing it on your phone, so which app specifically were you using by then?
Back then I was using Adobe, and I was also using Autodesk, yeah.
Okay. One thing I love about you, your creativity in designing is exceptional. So how did you develop the ability to bring out the actual picture of an individual or illustrate a particular story using just paint and brush?
Like I've said, like I've been in the game since like, let me say now 3 years, and I've got all it takes to do this stuff. And basically with the help of all these materials, I'm able to do this stuff.
Yeah. So right now, did you collaborate with other artists or you work as an individual?
For now, I work alone. Like my mom is the manager of the business. Yeah, I work alone.
So how did you find it to work alone there? And you're working alone, and then you are bringing out this beautiful picture, this amazing design of yours.
For now, I might say it's not that too good, because I'm supposed to be helping others as well,
exactly.
And which of course I'm on it. Like I'm organizing a program, a platform in which like young people just like me get a chance to learn stuff like this. Yeah, so it takes, let me say, a couple of months training and all. So after that time with them, I think they will be good. I just need to like be in a stable point where I can allow them to come around and take classes. Like I need a team, but for now I can't, because most of them concentrate on schoolwork and all.
Okay, it is good, because as a young man trying to capacitate other young people, which is very much good, because you are trying to help them to develop their skills as well. So what is your message for young people who want to be like you, or who have the inspiration for art design?
Before that, I have a few, like a short story which I want to give out. When I first started, it was like mad. I started at a point where I can't do anything. Like even if I take a picture to show someone, it will be messy. Sorry for the word. Yeah. So like I got a friend around. They were my boost of power. Like whenever I do motivation. Like whenever I do stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, bro, you're good. Keep it up." So if you're out there, you have that kind of talent, and you have the inspiration to become a graphic designer, or probably to make something like an art, I don't think you need to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your most challenging moments?
My most challenging moment was like when I first started, and when I also wanted to start a commercial stuff, like on a business basis, like I do it for people and they get to pay me back. These are my 2 points where I got stuck during the whole show. Like my first experience in doing business, like for a business purpose, was like crazy. Yeah, because I did this frame for a client and she didn't want the frame again, and I was like, oh, I'm running at loss. So I think that was one. And when I started first, like the artwork was so bad. But with motivation, I kept on learning, watching videos, having friends who are graphic designers as well, and I was able to get there.
So before we end the conversation, tell us about your best design, the design that you took most credit for.
Actually, I did a painting for Augustine. He was in Housemate, I think 2 years back. Right. I did a painting for him. For me, that's my favorite painting. I even love that painting more than my own painting, which I did for myself.
Which is good.
Which is good.
So your social media handles, if people want to contact you.
Actually, we are on a lot of social media platform. Like we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and so forth. But these are the 4 main stuff which I'm using. So for LinkedIn, you can search in for Christian's Art Gallery, and for Instagram, you can search again for Christian's Art Gallery, and for Facebook, we have a page as well, and you can also search you can also search for Christian's Art Gallery as well, because it's a LinkedIn page wherein Instagram and Facebook works together. And for WhatsApp, you can have our number, like we have 031 062 428. Yeah, that's our WhatsApp line. So whenever someone feels like coming, they can contact me through these platforms. Yeah,
which is good. Many thanks for coming. He is our guest and one of Sierra Leone's best art designer. He is Christopher Adonis Fofana. Thanks for watching AfroZone. Till next week, I am Ibem Kanu.